Good morning. Hello. I am getting set up, and by set up, I mean getting my coffee because I can't function, even though this is my. No, I only had about half of the first cup before it went cold, so we're looking okay. I'm going to run and go grab that. Let me first put up the timer. Where's my timer friend at? Oh, I don't have the app open. I'm glad that you're here. And if you are finding this on YouTube after the fact, I'm super glad that you're watching because I cannot get anything done. I get so much more done, I should say, when I have a body double. Because body doubling for ADHDers and for other neurodivergent people helps them feel like they're co working and co regulating. Sometimes we need people to co regulate with us. So, this is how I prefer to work. So I just figured, let me just make my own space because I can't. Some co working spaces are open for like hours at a time and I can't, legitimately cannot. So this is what we're going to do. Let me open this up. So we're working off of Pomodoros, which mean we work for 25 minutes and then have a 5-minute break and then work for another 25 minutes and have a 5-minute break. If you were doing pure Pomodoros, like if we were going and doing it by the book, we would do 4 of those and then take a longer break, like 30 to 45-minute break after that 4th Pomodoro. So that's not what we're going to be doing today. But in theory, that's what you could do. You totally could do that. All right, I'm going to put some instructions up on the top and then we will get started. Grab your water, take your meds if you haven't already, grab a banana, grab something to eat, and post any questions that you have in the chat or comments. Hello. Thank you. I got this from Emma Draws Things. It just came in the mail yesterday, but they are an incredible creator and it's my literal favorite. Or my new favorite, I should say. All right, let's make this texty guy real big. Thank you. Doing pretty good. Can't complain. It's a Tuesday. We're getting some shit done. Yeah, doing pretty good. How about you? How are y'all doing in the literal hellscape that we are living in? Amazing. Finals. I am way out of college, but I miss having finals. I was one of those kids who really enjoyed school. Really, really enjoyed school. Have thought about going back for my doctorate a number of times. Okay, let's see. Oh, I appreciate that. For sure. Absolutely. You go to work for me and I will go to school for you. I would genuinely love that. Okay. I'm going to stick this in here. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my coffee, start the timer, and along the line, I'll figure out how to put music on. I had it set up last time. All right. BRB. Awesome. Okay, 5-minute break. I'm going to put the timer on. You're more than welcome to spend this break here. I'm going to be talking through a couple of things I covered in stream yesterday to kind of like tie up loose ends. But please feel free to go grab water, go to the bathroom, go do whatever you need to do. So yesterday I talked about using D&D and tabletop role-playing games in the therapeutic space. And one of the follow-up questions that I had was, if I want to use a TTRPG like in therapy, in particular, I had talked about this one that's really helpful for for trans and non-binary clients, Lichcraft. If it's one that a therapist can, I want to say administer because it's clinical, but can utilize in therapy, bringing up to your therapist that you want to use a different modality, one, should always be okay, right? The only answer to that should be, oh my God, that's amazing. Tell me more about that. I would love to do more research on it. That is what your therapist should say. Or they might say, tell me about what that could give to you. Like, tell me why. Tell me more about it. Tell me more about what resonated with you. Those are all fine answers. If the answer is, no, that's not really what I do, then it's okay that they're not a fit. I know in this particular case, Charlotte, you had asked this. It sounds like your therapist would be on board, no problem. To bring it up, honestly, because you have experience within that space, I would say to them, hey, I found this really cool resource. I feel like it might be really helpful in helping me process some stuff. I found this resource from another therapist that I know. I'm wondering if you would be willing to look into it so that we could try it. There's very little that they have to do in terms of they tell a story, and then you know how TTRPGs go. They facilitate it, right? I think the highest dice you use is a D6. So it's pretty easy for them. And because of the tables, it's pretty easy for them to do. But honestly, anyway, if they're not open to it, I could run it as one shot here. I'm more than happy to do that. But yeah, let them know hey, this is something that is really intriguing to me. I think could be really helpful for me therapeutically. So if I bring it in, can we talk about it? The answer should always be yes from your therapist to that question. Finding a therapist can be really challenging, to feel and I know, Charlotte, I'm not speaking toward this case in particular, your case. But in general, finding a therapist can be challenging. Always, always, always interview more than one. I always tell people who are even interviewing me, do not settle. If you feel like there's something off and it's 6 weeks in, 8 weeks in, that's okay. I consider those 6 to 8 weeks a trial period still. So that's okay. Let them know what you need. Let them know what I love about people who are neurodivergent and most often queer, having that commonality with those two characteristics, is that they have usually done a lot of research themselves online or through social media. And I get to confirm, clarify, all of that stuff. So usually clients who are queer and neurodivergent come in with more information, and they are more, not more willing, they're just more ready to do the work. They're more informed. So never feel like asking your therapist a question is an issue, or asking them for clarification or information. Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. I have had clients come into me before and say, hey, I'm seeing 2 other therapists right now, or 1 other therapist right now. I'm going to evaluate and kind of see. I didn't make the cut. They went with a different therapist, and that was fine with me. But they did ask, how do you feel about that? Because I know there are some therapists who are not okay with that. And I was fully and respectfully, those therapists can get wrecked. I understand therapeutically why you're not seeing 3 long-term, you know what I mean? They weren't seeing all 3 of us for a year in perpetuity. They were interviewing us. And sometimes that's not enough time. 6 weeks or 8 weeks is not enough time. Yes. And Charlotte, I would say too, for a lot of people in therapy or who have marginalized experiences, sometimes it's because consent is really important, or if we haven't had a good experience with interpreting or misinterpreting context, that could be why. That's why I information gather, right? My information gathering could look like, another diagnosis, but it's part of my neurodivergence. I love that. That's what makes you amazing. That's what makes you unique. I know it doesn't always feel like a superpower, but it is. I also should probably start putting, or not start putting, I should put a disclaimer up top for mental health. Like, this is not treatment for mental health. This is not, I am not acting in my therapist clinical space right now. That's actually illegal. Not to mention unethical for me to do that. Okay, break is over. Let's get back into it, gang. Any questions or comments, throw them into the chat or comment box.
Okay, I am finally feeling ready.
Okay, guys, I know we have 9 minutes left. I have to hop because I have 9 a.m. podcast recording with my coworker. We're coworkers. So I'm going to go and hop for that. Go ahead and put 9 minutes on your timer and then take a 5-minute break and keep the Pomodoros going if you want to. Fun fact, did you know that Pomodoros, someone asked me the other day, isn't that a kind of tomato? And I looked it up. The reason it's called the Pomodoro method is because of the tomato-shaped timer, kitchen timer, that the guy who came up with the concept used. Isn't that fun? Anyway, the rest of my week is really nuts. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream again, but if I do, I'll add it to my schedule. So be sure to follow so you can get those updates. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day.